everything in this book is meant to be suggestive.
Yeah.
Boom, out the gate.
Yeah, it says
but we fucking treat it like a textbook or a handbook or a rule book, which is kind of like, just chill, bro.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the #1 mental health and addiction podcast, the Hopeaholics. I am your girl, Natalie Eva Marie, and these are my boys.
I'm Chet.
Hi, I'm Shane.
Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow us on our socials and wherever you get your podcasts.
Got a new episode dropping every Monday and Thursday. Please come check it out.
This episode is brought to you by the Infinity Group. You guys, if you or a loved one is suffering, please call us today. The number is right here on the screen. We are here for you 24/7. Now, let's get into the episode.
Pat, welcome to the Hopeaholics podcast.
Welcome.
Yes.
We are live.
We're excited to have him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, Brooke literally was like fangirling.
Knows him. Yeah, that's what I heard.
She
I
was
saw.
like so excited
when
she saw you because she's been following you for years.
Wow, that's cool.
I know, and I bet
really
you,
cool.
I don't even think she probably even said hello.
Why, she got scared?
I'm sure.
Wow.
She came up to me right after he came in and was like, "Oh, you didn't tell me he was coming.
I know.
I've been following him on TikTok
That's Patrick Ridge. Oh my goodness, what are we going to do? Patrick, welcome, brother.
Dude, thank you. It's great to be
Why is
here.
he calling you Patrick? Is that what you go
That's
by?
fine. Either way, it's
okay.
cool.
I only know you as Pat because that's what Donna always
Do you
calls
prefer one or over the
I
other?
don't care, dude. That's the last thing I am tripping on right now.
you.
Or ever, really.
Right,
You know
it's
what I
so
mean?
true.
You call me fucking Gigi Allen if you want.
One of the least problematic problems in the world. What do we call you? Dude?
Interesting fact.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Okay.
Pat filmed my wedding.
It's great.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
And it's like a great video. Donna
I
looked
saw it.
amazing.
Actually. It is good.
Wait,
It
you
is
have
good.
to
It
explain
is
how
good.
did that happen? Lay it out there for our
That
listeners.
Pat filmed our wedding.
Yes.
Donna and him went to high school.
I know, but they don't know that.
Oh.
You know? So
The
like
audience.
set the
And also, I have a production company, and at the time, we were doing weddings. We were doing like the best wedding videos.
I mean,
my whole thing was like, we're gonna do wedding videos that feel like movies.
Yeah, totally.
You know, and try to make people cry.
Yep.
And like, and then
I don't even think I paid you.
It's a great attitude.
yeah, honestly, I think it was just like a gift.
like a homie hookup.
yeah,
type.
I would like gift certain friends of mine like a video.
Like, bro, our wedding was expensive.
But I love that. I think that's
it's
the
a
whole
good
purpose
wedding.
of a wedding video. If you're going to do it right. So that way you have that keepsake.
Donna said she wrote the check.
Well, I mean, getting into filming and production and stuff like that, it's always, for me, it's only to eventually, hopefully, reach the top, which would be making short films or movies and stuff. So I want to make the videos like stand out. And then since then, we've now moved on to filming other stuff.
Have you always been into filming and video since you were a kid?
Yeah, like it's crazy. I've only just realized how warped my perception was surrounding filming me and other people and filming inappropriate things and posting inappropriate things or that aren't socially acceptable. And I've just been doing it for so long that, like I used to have one of those high 8 cameras with the tape. You have to rewind it. And,
Oh, wow.
and then I have a digital one, and I still have it. Like I've been filming this type of stuff since I was in, since I was hanging out with your current wife, Donna, and her sister Vicki, my first girlfriend.
Wow.
I was filming
Wow.
I filmed that 25 years ago. I have footage of both of them from 25 years ago on a hard drive.
So,
we need this footage.
I didn't
Yeah,
know. I
that's what I
didn't.
was
First off,
thinking.
I didn't know that you were Vicky's. That
Yeah.
you were in Vicki.
It's like deeper than just I know Donna. Like I could like cry if I start really thinking about. I mean, her and her sister. If I were to tell you my first time getting high, that when you feel the feeling the first time.
Yes.
I remember it. I remember feeling, oh my God, God, this is like, she gave me, her sister gave me, your wife's sister, Vicki, gave me some gave me some Vicodin. Vicodin on the bus to snowboarding, we were snowboarding at Invasion. It was a trip that all the people, all the kids in high school, where you just graduated high school, you get on the bus, you go to Invasion. We went to, where was it, Breckenridge or something in Colorado.
Is this the one you chaperoned?
Went to Wyoming, and we saw AFI like in the early stages of when AFI, before they blew up. It was amazing. But I tasted Vicodin on the bus on the way there for the first time, and also had a crush on her, which made it even more special. Because I think it was like, went both ways.
Yeah.
It went both ways. So I felt something, and it was just that whole weekend. I feel like I stole a backpack filled with alcohol and brought it to the condo where, we got a lot of memories.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's awesome, bro. The 3 minutes he just had, see, that's what we got to do on a daily basis, is go back and have that warm, beautiful feeling that this guy just had. He just got good cells. You just started manufacturing good cells in your body from that thought.
Who the hell is this guy?
Some peptide sales.
I like this. I love like that you just sort of transcended like he just took the whole situation we're in and sort of bird's eye viewed it. Yeah. I love that, because we're supposed to be looking at these kinds of things when we're sober, and
yeah, exactly.
Not just getting distracted by like, the physical.
Your name or something.
Or a label.
Let me ask you a question. You really felt that first, what was it, Norco Vicodin?
Yeah.
Did that start the cycle? The journey for you?
I mean, yeah, it was a pivotal moment, but I had already been like experimenting with like marijuana. Yeah. And
you were looking for something.
I mean, if you think about it, everyone here an alcoholic?
Yep.
You're kind of just
he's a fucking crackhead.
I'm not sure yet.
Okay, but I think all of us can relate to being like sort of mischievous or.
Sure.
Yeah.
If I don't know, maybe just simply put, like a bad kid. Like I lit fires, I got in trouble, smoked bombs. So I think before we find the drugs, we find like anything that will make us feel
different
and also bring attention to us, even if it's in a negative way. And I think we're just I know for me, I'm just I can admit it, like, and I think Madison is too, like an attention whore or slob. Like I want validation. Right. I want attention. I'm okay with it. And it's kind of it's like that false god.
Right.
That's my false god. Validation and attention.
I feel like it's just another form of a drug, because you get the attaboys, but then you seek more. So it's like the everlasting.
And is there anything wrong with that?
Maybe not. If you don't make it your whole life and you have balance and structure around it, which is literally what I've just learned, having gone to, I literally just recently lost 20 years sober. And
shit.
Yeah, I went to, I know, it's kind of, it's really actually.
No, I want to get into that. That's like wild.
Yeah.
That's a tremendous amount of time.
Yeah. I mean, now I can't use that as a badge of honor, really.
Yeah.
Which kind of is cool.
Which is actually a good thing, man. I mean, at the same, I've lost a lot of time.
Yeah.
And we don't need to wear a badge, man.
Not at all. All we have is today.
Because all we have is a daily reprieve. You know? We just got today. That's it.
Yeah, my wife did an intervention. I went to Florida for a month with no phone. I didn't even bring my phone. It was really a social, like I was streaming too much. Like I just have a newborn baby, and like I was up all night streaming, and they were giving me all this money, and it was just like in the name of recovery, and we're like helping people on the Discord, and it just got out of control. I don't know if you guys saw any of what happened.
No, let's get into it.
But
I have no idea. Like, dude, I woke up and I was on TikTok just scrolling, and it was like every other post was someone posting about what had me or this kid that was coming to my sober living on the Greyhound. There was a story, and it was crazy. I guess you could say it like went viral for a couple days. On TikTok at least.
Yeah.
And then he showed up, and I mean, it's just like I don't even know where to begin. Like, you want to hear about this story or my story?
All of
or-
it.
Well, just recently, this kid Nick Harris, who was sort of bottoming out on live, like in a hotel room with his girlfriend. The cops would come. He was just on. He was a mess, right? And he was streaming the whole thing.
Oh,
which
wow.
Obviously, will get you a lot of people in your room. And Fly, that one of the two Island Boys.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So one of Fly, he's pretty chill. I became friends with him on live. He introduced me to this kid Nick, and I just like love this kid right off the bat because he's like so transparent and so honest and so fearless in a lot of ways. You know, in a lot of the same ways I was like with his content, as far as like just being like broken in front of everyone and just like honest. And I had like a real reaction to like meeting him, and I wanted to help him. And so we said, come to our sober living, and he got a Greyhound bus, and we didn't stop streaming till he showed up at my house. So it was like 3 days.
Oh, damn.
And he would like tap in when he could, like on the live, and we would like, everyone was following his journey.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And they were
yeah.
saying, don't go to Graceland. They're fucking crooks, scammers, whatever the fuck people say. And then also telling me, don't take Nick. He's gonna, report you for SA. He's done this before. He's bad news. Don't let. He's got a history. Check his records. He's a felon. I mean, people just trying to stop this thing from happening, and me getting all spun out and angry. Me just getting so angry, at the fact that like this is how people react when you're just trying to help someone, and like what's wrong with our broken internet or the online. It's just so spiteful and judgmental and hateful, and it's so toxic. And I thought, I was always hoping to be sort of a medicine for that, if only just by being honest and transparent. Like, that's my part. And then also showing what really happens in my sober living, which is not like pretty.
Yeah.
Like, it's drama. It's like resentments. It's like working through growing up. Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Becoming like learning discipline, like just all that. Not like I have 25 or I have 30 days. This is my chip. Spirit, strength, and hope.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm also dealing with the resentment with this person, and this is how we're working it out. And we just got put on a fucking check-in program. We have like all these like rules and stuff at my house.
So, is Graceland? What is Graceland?
Graceland is my sober living.
That's your sober living.
Very structured.
Yes.
And I've had it for like 5 years.
Co-ed?
Yeah. It's maybe the only like structured co-ed that I can think of.
Okay.
Like, really, when I say structure, I mean like 50,000 to 100,000 word essays for relapsing, programs, big brother, little brother. When you first get there, you learn the ropes. You have board chores, you have regular chores, you have, a work coordinator. It's like a whole thing I took from Liberty House, really.
Yeah.
Liberty House, New Life. A lot of places do this. I don't really know if a lot of places are doing it anymore, though. I think it's sort of it's too hard.
It shouldn't be, though. It's in the book.
It's-
Read it in our pages. It's like we're, undisciplined. We need that structure big
Well,
time, or else we'll spin.
Yeah, well, keeping someone's phone for 90 days, it's too hard to there's too many places that are not doing that. So it's like people will come to my house and they'll just leave because they want their phone. But personally, I think, the longer you can be without your phone, the better.
For sure.
In the beginning, at least.
Definitely in the beginning. I agree with that.
I mean, I think the haters are out there no matter what, but especially in this area when we're let's call it glorifying or whatever, or visualizing it online for people to see. They're kind of thinking, well, you're kind of getting, you know what I'm saying? You're drawing attraction to your name, to your room, to this, to that. There might be monetary behind someplace, if not today,
They
tomorrow.
can talk about exploitation.
Exploitation.
whatever
But
they want to
for
do.
me, I don't give a fuck.
I get it. Like we
Yeah.
we don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't, because
Yeah.
if it, who are all these people to judge? And I know my heart, right? And I know why I'm doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Because I truly don't want another family to get the phone call that I got. Like, I got a phone call, my daughter that you met that recorded at your studio.
Wait, Aurora
Aurora.
recorded at your
I know, it's
what
crazy.
in the
I've got-
world?
Yeah, I got music on whatever her SoundCloud that was recorded at his.
You don't
studio.
want anyone to get that call.
I don't, man,
No.
because you know what?
It's dark.
It was 7:30 in the morning, and she calls me screaming. You know that Justin is gone and he's dead, and you know, I had to run out. Donna was sleeping. I was in our bathroom shaving my head. I had shaving cream on half my head. I remember it all
Wow.
vividly.
And this is her boyfriend at the time?
The love of her life. She was with him since she was 15 years old.
Yeah, this shit, it's real. It's like, it's really, really real.
A 21-year-old shouldn't have to
No,
experience that.
that's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it almost motivates you in this sort of way that's like transcends like judgment, all that bullshit. Like I'm out here just trying to show people what it takes from what I've seen, because I think we should teach people so
Yeah.
that this happens less. I mean, that's it.
It
Supposed to give it away.
And also, just to be clear, like nobody in my house gets filmed unless they're down.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
It would
Yeah.
seem obvious, but I guess people still want to say that like I'm forcing them to do it or whatever. But no, to clear up any confusion you might have had, I had before all of this, I was in a band called Hypercrush, and we had a record deal with Universal, and we toured with Gaga and like
Oh my
all
goodness.
this cool fun stuff. But right towards the end of that, I did the wedding, and her and your daughter wanted to like do some music, so we
Yeah.
brought her in the studio, and I vaguely remember
I got
recording
pictures
some
of
stuff
it.
with her.
I got pictures.
But yeah,
of it.
Crazy.
Send them to
That was-
Emily.
that was like
We'll
another
put 'em up there.
life.
Yeah.
Another life. It feels like kind of.
It was a long time ago. I mean, that was, what are we? Aurora, she was 15 at the time. She's 24 now, 9 years ago.
Wow.
Wild.
Probably 8. It was 8 years ago. Crazy.
Yeah, it's just crazy even for me just to think back on like when I first got sober, I started doing all that like music, and it like worked. So I don't.
How old
it
were
was
you
like
when you first started or first
Tw-
got sober?
21,
Oh my gosh, super young.
and by like 25, I'm like in London, opening for Lady Gaga.
Killing it.
There's like 5,000 people. The manager and the label, the stars were aligning. I felt.
The
I
promise
mean, like,
is coming true.
well, but it was weird because like it was really a lot of it was like ego and self. I realized looking back on that time, and I think it might have been the reason. I think I kind of got in my own way a little bit because like I wrote some fucking emails to the label. You know how we get kind of, as soon as something starts bolstering our ego up, it's like boom, like the kid will come out and be like, all right, motherfuckers, I want to do this.
Yeah,
Is the
yeah.
release date. This is going to be the single. We need this much money for the thing. And then Donnie and Holly, the other group members, are behind me like, yeah. And it's like, bro, maybe you're not there yet.
Right.
Like you're opening for Lady Lady
Yeah,
Gaga's,
yeah.
her manager at the time started managing us, and it was like I thought I had the world at my fingertips, and then like he dropped us, and it just was like all bad. After that, it just sort of faded out.
Were you sober or did
I
you?
was sober through all that.
Oh wow.
So in the club, and we were sort of like one of the first groups to really do the club performance thing. Like you're performing in the VIP, there's bottle service,
Yeah.
and you're just like rocking the mic. That was like not really a thing people did. And then we started doing it like at LAX and Shag in LA with like DJ AM and
Oh, damn.
Aoki. Well, they had nights at Cinespace and LAX, and we were like the electronic movement that happened in like 2005 was sort of like that other life that I was referring to, like being sort of at the precipice of that, but also kind of getting made fun of because we were like a pop group. I had a girl who sang and she was hot, and then I had the rapper, and then it was like pop music but aggressive and electronic also. But yeah, that's like another life. But I think I learned a lot though.
Bro, well, that's what I was about to say. It's
Yeah.
nice to have those other lives and chapters going back because
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Who has that? Sometimes you get out of school, if you're lucky, you get a job 9 to 5. Life is just blah.
Right, yeah.
You're just kind of, on the brakes the whole way down. Sorry, but that's just the basic situation.
Man,
Thank
I'm getting
God.
depressed.
Thank God. Well, no, not for us. Thank God. We had different fortunes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We led different
Yeah.
ways, and not everyone has to get stuck there.
Yeah.
But you had that exciting life.
Yeah.
You know, from a kid, you liked theater, you liked art, you liked music, you liked taping, you liked video. That's awesome that you had that passion from being a kid. That kept you off the street, I think, a lot of times.
100%. And I've literally never even thought of that till you just said it right now.
So 21 is when you got sober. That's like really when your recovery journey started. And you stayed sober for 20 years from there. Let me ask you a question.
That's actually wild.
Because that's a long-ass motherfucking time,
young.
and that's young.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask Shane's question that he normally asks. Actually, Shane, ask him the question right now.
Can I ask him right now?
Yes.
Okay.
And what brought him to his there?
Yeah, go ahead, yo, bro.
What brought you to your knees at 21 years old? That made you say...
I mean, to be honest and like just to give a really short answer, like money, bro. I couldn't afford it anymore. I mean, the amount that I need, how the fuck do we afford our disease? It's crazy if you think back on it. How much money did you spend in a week? I don't know. I was spending, I couldn't afford it anymore.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work the same anymore. And that night, there was a night where I was DJing at the Roxy on the rocks, above the Roxy. And I had this like weird seizure, like standing up.
Oh, shit.
It was like weird, bro. I was DJing and then I stepped off the turntables to go take a huge rip of like a bowl. I had like a glass pipe or whatever. And I took a big rip. And then the bouncer was standing right there and I held it in. And I just started like falling out. Like, you know, I don't even know. Imagine someone having a seizure.
Yeah.
And I sort of consciously like fought it. And I didn't let it like take over. It's weird. It's kind of a hard thing to explain. And I sort of went with it a little bit while also like, it's almost like, you know how like you guys surf, you know, when you duck dive a wave? Like if you have big waves coming at you, right? And you just paddle into it as hard as you can, you're going to get tossed and thrown back. But if you just chill and you just push your board down, you can go under the wave. So I sort of felt like I did that with the seizure. Bro, I swear.
It's a good analogy, though.
It was.
This is a weird thing that happened to me. And look, dude. It's how could that not be God or whatever?
Totally.
I honestly feel like that's cheesy even to say. Like people are always saying that's God and it was so miraculous, and it's like, well, yeah, everything's God. The coincidences and not the coincidences, and the bad stuff and so whatever. I had a seizure. I just was like, this is weird. Like I don't. And then I went downstairs after, and this girl who was a friend of mine, who you may have even remembered. Donna's on the chair. I'm like, she probably remembers a lot of this stuff. Robert fucking McInerney was working at Liberty House. You remember Robert? He was this cool skater guy, and his sister asked me how I was doing after I DJ'd. I got finished DJing. I went down, and his sister's like, "What's up, Pat? How you been?" And I was like, "I'm not good actually, and I don't really. It's hard to find the will to even want to live." Every day. I sort of told her that, which was crazy to tell someone who she wasn't really even a close friend. Yeah. I was just like done being I just had to just be honest for once in my life. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing good. And basically I'm suicidal, whatever. And she was like, that's crazy. My brother he has a year sober now, and he's managing Liberty House. And I was like, your brother, Robert, the cool graffiti skater guy that everyone looked up to? Sometimes all you need is like a person that you looked up to. Yeah. And then I ended up in the house with all these guys. And when you go to a structured sober living like Graceland, like my house, you see the people who've been there for 6 months, 9 months, and you look up to them like more so even than you would at a meeting. Because you really starting to get to know these people and how much integrity they have and how they call each other on half-assed chores and they don't fucking lie and all these things that you're looking up to these people, and they have all these principles. They follow these principles, and it's like truth and goodness and honor and loyalty and courage and all those things become important now. And it's just like, it was just so rad. I was so, when I like realized what they were doing at that house, I just fell in love with it right away. I was like, you know, this person here who's been a junkie for his whole life, nobody ever gave a fuck what he thought, raises his hand, and 20 people are listening avidly to his feedback. There's 2 examples of that in my right here on the couch. Both of these people graduated my house.
Oh, wow.
And they spent a year in the house. It's a year-long program, so it's like really hard to like get through the whole thing. But sorry, I feel like I just like went on a whole.
No, that was cool, man.
No, it's great.
It's cool. They need you, bro. You're doing the right thing.
Sometimes it's tricky to like talk about my story because there's so many different like parts to it.
Variables.
Yeah.
Like I haven't even mentioned my wife, who was like a big part of the content for a long time.
How long have you been married?
So she drove me to rehab. That's another crazy thing.
At
21.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I've been with her ever since.
Wow.
Barely hanging on here.
Right now?
No, I don't. Bro, honestly, I don't know, dude. It's crazy. You have a kid and everything changes.
Oh, wow.
And now my kid's 1.5, maybe almost, and it's like I'm not even. It's just all about him. It doesn't. I don't matter. My feelings don't matter. Like intimacy gets put on pause. It's just like I don't know what it is.
Shane knows all about that, huh, Shane?
It's changed, bro. You know what I mean?
You hear that actually a lot, though. I mean, I don't know. I don't have kids, but
used to it.
I hear
What?
you hear that a lot.
But I think you can come back. We're working
think so,
on
too.
getting back to it. I'm working on supporting her, being there for her.
Smart.
She's the fucking boss now,
Smart.
bro.
There
That's
you go.
really all I
There
had
you
to
go.
realize.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're talking the woman's language, man. You got to support her. You got to do the dishes. You got to help her all
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
And that love making will come back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I need to like prove that I can be a man,
It's not so much prove it,
Was,
just so much take stuff off her plate and
yeah,
make her life a little easier right now.
but also like trust.
Yes.
How did the relapse affect what's going on in your marriage right now?
That's like, so I had been taking CBD for like 4 years. So like the first 2 to 3 years, it was like just CBD.
Yeah.
But the dose was increasing with my tolerance.
Right.
So by the 4th year, now I'm taking like Dozo with like Delta-9. I didn't even know what that was.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm taking a lot.
Wait, what's Delta-9?
Like the bad stuff, the bad weed. The
What?
stuff you can buy at the smoke shop. Like synthetic.
Synthetic.
Stuff. Yeah, bro.
It's just like synthetic THC.
Yeah,
Okay.
no bueno. It's
And-
really puts you out.
And so that mix. So I if you took like what I took, you'd be fucking lit or baked or just high. I don't know. Like, but for me, it wasn't really. I wasn't like trying to get high. Like this was me self-medicating, whatever, for years. Like, because I had my psychiatrist and my therapist, and I'm 15 years sober, and I'm extremely depressed. I don't understand what's wrong. You know, I feel like this happened around 5 years too, when I found Prime Time.
Yeah.
And I needed something different or new, and we were coming back from Mammoth, and we just got this CBD, and it was like, I felt like it fucking changed my life for the better. And I had like actually enjoyed finally my life. But then that enjoy got to be kind of crazy. And I started, the kid in me came out and started to run the show. We're live streaming all the time. We're going to make a bunch of fucking money. You're going to kind of play into that crazy character a little bit. You can give them fucking the Joker if that's what they want.
Yeah.
So I kind of became this like villain.
Performer.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also I have a sober living.
Yeah.
And these kids are doing great. So fuck you. I don't know. It just sort of turns weird. Because the people that are watching you, I went away for live streaming, to be totally real. Like that was a bigger, not just live streaming, but social media in general, and the addiction that I had to, like, that was like my job, and I became addicted to it. And it was not how my wife was like, nah, this isn't what I signed up for. You're fucking off the rails, bro. Look at this fucking video of you fucking laughing and then crying and then fucking yelling or whatever because yeah, the CBD like would enhance that. It would allow me to go further into that character, right?
The Delta-9 didn't help at all either.
That's what I mean.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
well,
I tried
that's what I
Delta-9
mean.
once, bro. I thought that there were animals started at the top of my head in my brain, just on half of my brain, okay? And I was trying to get away, and I couldn't move one side of my body, and I kept going in circles like this.
What the fuck, bro?
It's Delta-9. I never touched it again.
So what do you do now?
Just
Shane?
marijuana.
Huh? Oh, you smoke pot?
Just pot.
Shane's a pot
I'm a
smoker.
pot smoker.
Yeah, so I've wrestled with that. Like I've wrestled with like the weed thing just for me though. Like I feel like some of the shit that I've been thinking and some of the I don't want to say anything that sounds like counter to what I believe because AA saved my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. We got to stay there, I think, bro.
Yeah, that's
you know what
really
I'm saying? I
big.
mean, that's the gift.
But-
AA
but-
is the gift that
but-
God gave everybody.
But AA is so crazy because it's like, it says in the book, it says, everything in this book is meant to be suggestive.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
boom, right
Yeah.
out the
Yeah.
gate.
Yeah, it says
But
Yeah.
we fucking treat it like a textbook or a handbook or a rule book, which is kind of like, just chill, bro.
It's only
Like-
supposed to be like guardrails, because every individual is going to be different. So that's why sobriety looks different on every person.
Yeah. And I love the wording in the book. It's
Yeah,
perfect.
so good.
We are the ones that fuck
Yeah,
it up. Like
I'm the problem.
in the book, it doesn't ever say sponsor anywhere.
I know.
I think the reason for that is because we can help someone right away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you only have 2 days sober?
Yeah.
Let's get the number of the guy who's got 1.
Yep.
That's it. Like, but
Because
yeah,
you can show that guy how to stay sober one more day.
yeah, that's how it started. Bill didn't go through the steps. There
Yeah.
wasn't any steps to go through. He had to start somewhere. And see, I just think people like, and I think people see me and they go, "Oh, who's this fucking idiot?" They don't understand like I've done this. I've been doing this for a long time, and this is like my religion. AA is my religion. It's the reason I am who I am. But I don't know, man. Like after a certain amount of time, 20 fucking years, I don't know. Maybe some people should, if they're not happy,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Bill was like doing fucking acid at the end there
Yeah.
and hiding it because he was trying to figure out why he wasn't happy or content or something was like off or wrong. And I don't know. I don't like really have a strong opinion about much except for today I'm like good.
Yeah.
Like today, this is okay. Everything's good, and to each his own. I mean, but at our house, we don't do any. You can't even drink energy drinks at Graceland.
Yeah.
So that's why it's weird for me to even be talking about like how maybe like CBD or marijuana could benefit someone if they've changed, if they've built a new character.
That's a tough one, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, here's the thing that also
tough
talks
call.
about in the
Yeah, it's
Alcoholics Anonymous book about the different stages of alcoholism, right? And if you want to know the truth, I don't know that I necessarily agree with Narcotics Anonymous that it's one disease, that addiction and alcoholism are the same disease. But what I want to say is that Shane had a crack addiction, and this I know.
Yeah.
He was addicted to crack
Oh, yeah.
See, this is what I'm saying. And now he smokes weed.
for 3 years.
Right.
He was
Every day.
addicted to crack.
Every day.
For over 5 years, he was completely abstinent from all mind-altering and mood-altering
Yes.
substances.
Everything.
I'm doing Shane's inventory for you right now.
Yeah.
but did you
100%.
Did you use AA to get sober?
I did.
Oh,
I did.
Shane,
I went to 3 meetings every day for 5 years.
just for crack.
yeah. Shane also has mental health issues, and Western medicine wanted to put him on many different medications over
Right.
time, over the years, right, Shane? He found he found what works for him,
Which is
whatever his marijuana is.
A little
Right.
bit of weed, and I also started an antidepressant, actually.
so did I.
Yeah.
Seroquel. So what I will say is this is the person that I'm sort of talking about right
Yeah,
now.
but we're in the book, and those are few and far between. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
okay.
And that's the thing that you have
That's
to
why-
remind the
Right.
rest of the
Yes.
community that they're few and far between because
Super few and far. This is why I don't like to share my story. When people ask me
Right.
to speak or try to do something, I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't know that I'm the proper guy for
Yeah.
this. Because at 5 years, I did take a chance, and I ended up okay. So for the last 15 years, I've been living life like this.
Yeah.
But I'm
we
what,
say he took a chance. He said he ended up okay. that's fucking debatable.
well, about 6 months ago, I had a little run on Xanax.
Yeah.
That's-
About 3 weeks, I was
Yeah.
coming in here. Hey, everybody.
Wow, I think it's so cool that like this podcast is just awesome because you have someone. You're not like, oh, hey, you can't be on the podcast.
No,
because
not at
you're-
all, because it's not truth.
'cause
That's
you're-
not real.
Yeah, like because
it's
you're
not reality. Natalie and I are 12 steppers, and we currently are abstinent from all mind altering,
Yeah.
food altering substances.
Yeah.
But you know what? We don't fucking judge somebody that
Right.
that can turn around and go have a drink
Well,
after.
My hat's off.
As
to them.
long as I could show up to work every day and I'm normal, believe me, when I was a little fucked up a few months ago, they were worried. They were gonna.
Oh, yeah.
we
they
were.
were-
We
we
this
were
was our
worried.
two. These were our two decisions.
Yeah.
We were gonna watch him spiral
Yeah.
until he asked for help. But we were also very, very close to an intervention.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Like,
pulled-
very
Then
close.
I stopped. They approached me. I said, you know what? You're right. I've been fucking up. And I just stopped.
right.
And see, I don't know that I have that ability because you put method. I'm a method. I am a. And Donna got to.
Yeah, but you give me
experience
crack,
this.
bro. I'm not gonna come home.
Yeah,
So I can't even think about doing crack.
Yeah.
So same with meth.
I'm gonna tell you a little story. The night of our wedding, Donna and I decided to go have a drink after the wedding. I had a little bit too much. Woke up the next morning feeling like shit. We leave the hotel, go back to our house. I think this guy, Danny, who's dead, was fixing our gate, and he had some meth on him. And I made a decision to get high that day, which took me on a 3-month spiral. Probably one of the worst times of Donna's life.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
The worst time of my life. I had old Bob Quinn. Do you know Bob Quinn?
Yeah, I mean, they're
Old Bob Quinn calling me.
wow.
Hey, you okay there, buddy?
Yeah, no, I remember like I think I saw Donna like during that time because she was coming over to like finish the video with us. She's like, this is giving
Oh, how
us
sad.
edits. Yeah, I didn't. It just she was just like, I don't know. It's like
I don't know if I'm gonna
going
Yeah,
through.
yeah,
I,
going
she didn't
through it.
really. She didn't tell me really anything. She just said you could just tell she was like didn't know
Mm-hmm.
if the video like she's like I don't know if we're gonna even be able to like use this
Yeah.
video. I don't know what's going on.
It was it was
Wow.
bad. I mean, I go into straight meth-induced psychosis, man. That whole 3 months I was working for the CIA. I was in deep under, you know.
Wow.
Let's do the. Well, that shit really happened though. You had fucking the SWAT team. It was pretty gnarly, dude.
Get married, they say. It'll be fun, they say.
Have a drink, they
Yeah.
say.
have a drink on your wedding night.
Totally.
They say it'll be
Yeah.
a good
I'll
time.
tell you something. No,
Celebration.
at 6 months, my brother got married. I did not go to the wedding. I mean, I made rules and regulations in my life.
Well,
when
they
I
talk
didn't-
about that too in the
when
book.
I knew I was in trouble. But then when I felt like I was okay and I
Yeah.
didn't, and then I
Spiritually fit.
spiritually fit. I took a chance. I said, you know what? I'm enjoying myself. Let me try. But man, I mean, I couldn't at the beginning. Fuck, no way.
But that's why that's why sobriety and
going home.
everything is very different for every individual.
Yeah.
That's kind of all I'm saying. Like for so long, I was such a big book dumper,
Sure.
and I was so strict with my shit. Like, cause that's how Liberty is.
Even for 20 years, like
Yeah.
you had a sponsor, you worked the steps and
yeah.
everything.
Like I went so hard. Like for the first, like I would say, 16 years. Well, I mean, still, even while I was taking CBD, I still took AA very seriously, and I was very much like on the like just do CBD, make sure there's no
Sure.
THC for like so long, But and I do think it helped me at the time. It like really did. I was in like a suicidal depression. It was fucking bad. It was like really, really bad. And I just there wasn't
you were-
gonna be an
You were actively working a program at that suicidal
yeah.
moment.
Not only that, but like going to see a trainer,
Damn.
eating good,
Yeah.
like going to yoga,
Doing all the right things.
like I went to like yoga.
Yeah.
Like I've done yoga. I've done, there was a point in my life where I did 4 fucking hot yoga, like core power sessions a week.
Wow, that's
And I've just tried it all. And I just was like, so I don't know, man. I've the more you grow and learn, the more you grow and learn and experience, the less you realize, the less you really know. And like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But I do know that what we do at Graceland is fucking black and white.
Yeah.
It's one way and it works, and there's no bullshit. There's no gray area. There's no fucking kratom or CBD or fucking even energy drinks. The energy drinks are a cool one because it's a way that we get to see where they're being they're lying, hiding, and being deceitful. Because everyone in the house pretty much is gonna drink an energy drink at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah, but so I think the reason that I'm sort of like wanting to sort of talk about how there could be a different solution for a different person is because I've like learned that on my own, and I also don't think there's anyone out here with 17. There's not a lot of people with that kind of time who have walked through something like that who are willing to be vocal about it because of all the different opinions people have, and they judge you and shame you.
You know, they put too much. That's the one thing, the 12-step programs, they put a lot of emphasis on time and stuff, and I don't love it because it brings shame to the person that relapses, right? I've been that person that relapsed, and I felt that shame, and it makes you not want to walk back in the rooms.
So what do you basically, what specifically are you referring? Oh, like just like celebrating time.
Yeah, celebrating time. I mean,
what if like, I feel like we should celebrate like step accomplishments. Like I finished my 4-step, boom, maybe a 4-step chip.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I'm cool with that. I like that.
Now I'm sponsoring someone else, so I
Here's
need
your
12
sponsorship.
I need a 12-step chip.
Right. Yep.
Like, because I believe that you don't really. This is what I believe. You haven't done the steps if you haven't taken someone through
the steps. Yeah.
I mean, look, it takes a long time to get someone to finish the steps, right?
Yeah, because you could go through 20 sponsees before you get one of those guys to do all 12 steps.
Well, all 20 of them do one step.
Yeah.
You know? So I actually finished the steps with more than one person, and like that's having done the steps. I feel like if you do that, that should be an accomplishment at a meeting. So yeah, I mean, and AA was written a long time ago, and just another quick thing I just want to, on this podcast, this could be a cool clip if you want. There are 3 reasons for anonymity. When AA started, do you know what they are? This is cool. I did the steps. I did I went through the big book with someone named Michaelis, who's like amazing at doing, he just knows so much about, like, the first name of the big book was The Way Out. Did you know that? That's kind of fun.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, but they had to change it because there was this other book called The Way Out. And the name Alcoholics Anonymous came from some crazy guy in the room going anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous. Some guy in the background drunk saying those 2 words over and over again. That's how the name came about. But the reasons for anonymity were pretty simple. Back then, a Rockefeller could come into a meeting with a bum, and now the bum and or the Rockefeller, I mean, it just, that status difference would deter people from doing AA.
Yep.
So another reason is they didn't want someone to give the whole program a bad name. Right. This guy's doing good. He's going to AA. It's anonymous because when he fucks up, you don't get to blame AA for his shit. And the third reason,
I knew those 2.
yeah, the third one was, at the time, they just didn't have the fucking resources to help all these people, because they had a write-up in like a news, and they blew up overnight.
Yes.
And they're like, bro, this is crazy. There's only like 2 of us who are sober, and there's all these people. So we need to just chill and keep it anonymous. Now, how many of those things apply today?
None. Only one. The first one applies. That a Rockefeller and a bum can come in to the room together.
Yes, but now it's public knowledge that Robert Downey Jr.,
Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, we have
Yes.
good examples and examples of where people have killed themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, AA helps. Like just like Graceland, like I don't know how long you're going to stay sober. And if you're sober, that's not what I'm taking credit for. I'm taking credit for the small amount of growth or large amount of growth you experienced in the house. People always ask me, what's your fucking retention rate? Or what is it?
Oh,
Success
sure.
rate.
Your
Success.
It's like, dude, it's 100% because even if you spend one day in that house, you're going to grow a lot because you see things you've never seen before. You see people holding each other accountable and you just kind of, you feel what it can be like if you have a community, like a real community that shares everything with each other. That's what I think is necessary in early recovery for long-term results, success, like to become a part of a, and I think the harder it is, the stronger the community gets. It's like the Navy SEALs.
It's 100%.
You know, like it's crazy. I wish that we could form quality bonds without having to go through the shit, but you kind of can't.
You can't.
So we create the shit with the strikes and the structure and all this stuff. So now they're fucking doing all this, which is what we want because we help them do that better. Like, don't react so angrily or, hey, you need to raise your hand and speak more. Everyone has a different thing, but like we know what it is because it's not rocket science. And I do think I think mental health just goes hand in hand with this disease.
It seems like you love AA.
I love it.
It seems like you love recovery.
I'm obsessed.
So
bro.
I want to ask you something.
I love it.
Are you bored?
Well, that's kind of the thing is after
That's what I'm asking. Like, are you bored? You're looking for something else?
18
You want to shake it up a little?
years.
Yeah.
I was like, I
I
started a
understand.
different kind of meeting called Learning to Lose. and
100%.
We had religious people there. Also, I lean more into God.
Yeah.
And like the Sermon on the Mount. And like every night I have a Bible next to my, I journal and like, I don't know.
So what brought you to relapsing after 20 years?
Well, like I was saying, it wasn't really like a relapse, like out of nowhere. It was a relapse, but I don't even know. I can't necessarily pinpoint the date because it was just sort of excessive use.
Yeah,
it just
a slow
slowly turned.
It became excessive towards.
It just
after a
slowly
while?
turned into Delta-9, and without me even realizing or caring or knowing. You know, you kind of, you sort of start to just kind of like,
Is that where
I'm not gonna ask about that because I don't want to know.
Sure.
Right? You know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah.
Is that where it ended with Delta?
Yeah, actually, which is kind of crazy. Like,
that is
because
crazy.
I'm streaming, right? My wife calls me and she goes, "Come home. I need you to feed the baby or whatever." And I come home and boom, there's fucking Tim, Jason, Steve.
Wow.
Fucking these dudes have known me for 20 years. This dude was in my band. This dude was in the band before that band, and this dude's like my partner in my production company, friends for 20 years. And this other dude, I got sober. He has a couple years less than me, and they're all just, and I just walked right up to fucking dude, and I was like angry, like I'm on a mission to like help all these people and like save the toxic internet from itself with transparency and vulnerability and God, and like it was like wild, like I didn't ever turn it off. I was up and on a fucking mission every day. That was that was my addiction getting away from me. Like I became so addicted to that. And when I went to Florida, I didn't bring my phone. Like I didn't even have a phone. So that was this thing is a fucking,
Oh yeah.
this thing scares me because I'm strong with it.
Yeah.
You can say shit to me. I understand who I am, but most people don't, bro. And Madison has had to deal with this shit. Blues people that stand next to me have to deal with ridicule and hate and all this shit. And it's like, fuck, like, yeah, sometimes I do feel like I'm on like a mission that's like bigger than me. And that will fuel psychosis. And that will fuel mania.
Yeah.
You know, a woman gave me 30 grand over the course of a couple weeks on live stream and got in trouble with her husband. That will fuel an addiction. You know what I'm saying? Like we were making fucking money, me and this kid right here, bro. He was my wingman the whole time, just right next to me, like all night long, bro. He went home at 7 a.m. and I stayed streaming until like noon. from the night before. It was
That's
nuts.
Shane, you hearing all this? You got
So-
you taking
No, I'm
any
like,
ideas for
We need to
yourself?
stream, boys.
So
We can
that-
start streaming like a
man.
motherfucker.
That
Do it all
was
day.
the relapse. That was the relapse.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he smoked meth from the gate guy one day.
Right.
Yeah.
That was like boom. Mine was like
Your behavior started going out of control.
yeah.
And that's the thing that bothers me. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the use. I'm looking at the personal change that he had,
Yeah.
which was not good.
No, but I've grown so much. Now I'm like the man she needs me to be.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is for you trying to make a decision on what you want, this or that. I mean, I think sobriety suits you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh no,
That
I
suits
am
you,
like
bro.
I've already tried everything under the sun.
good.
I cannot. I'm with you guys.
All right,
I'm
yeah.
doing the steps.
Good.
I'm abstinent from all
Good,
mind altering
good.
substances, but I've done in my 20-year journey. I want to be the example and the guinea pig. I've already done it, so let me just say it. All ayahuasca showed me was that I was on the right path.
Sure.
And I actually left this place and wanted my money back and all this crazy shit. That's like a whole nother story. And yeah, like you if you're an addict, it doesn't matter what it is, bro. It could be CBD that makes you feel a certain way, you chase that, or it could be live streaming that makes you feel a certain way, you chase that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have to find balance and chase like a bike ride here,
Totally.
some yoga there, chase some a video here, a skit, chase a movie. We gotta balance it out. I think that's kind of like what I've learned.
That's because there's no balance within us. Like we are extreme individuals. So that's the problem, and it's not necessarily like it's not the drink or the drug. It's like our behaviors turn into nightmare.
Yeah.
We cause chaos and then destruction. Not only like obviously within ourselves, but then amongst whoever is around us also, because it spills into their life.
Yeah.
Hence why you walked into an intervention. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
It's
good on
like
your wife. Good on your wife. She's a strong woman.
Dude,
You know?
have- like maybe almost a little too strong.
Well,
and then also to be with you for that long. I mean,
Yeah.
that, you guys have been together since you were kids.
childhood sweethearts, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, for me, that should speak volumes
for sure.
about my character. And that's all you need to know.
And hers too.
Well, hers isn't really on trial. Mine, people like
Sure.
really don't fuck with me. I mean, they really believe I'm the fucking and the evil. I'm the black sheep in this whole space. I mean, it's
You know
Yeah,
who?
I mean-
Why?
You know who
Why?
does it? Go, yeah, answer that question.
Why? Why are you the black sheep?
because people don't want the smoke. If I mean, like you guys are gonna probably, if you post this, you'll get a little bit.
We don't give a fuck.
But that's what's up, though. That's like because you got God on your side.
Yes, exactly.
And you know it. But the people that are afraid, they're just afraid. Like optics, everything is how it looks. And you know what? You're never gonna fucking please everybody.
Ever.
And if you're in this fucking industry, I think you should stop trying, dude, because it's like fake.
yeah.
And then I don't know.
And
One,
it's
one of our,
impossible.
I'm going to tell you who our best guest has been on this podcast so far, and he brings the smoke everywhere he goes. Bam,
Oh yeah, he's the best.
Bam, fucking lit it up,
Yeah,
and it's
he's
literally our best podcast to date.
Well, he's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, people say you're fucking Bam meets fucking
They say some. They said some
what's the
mean
Dr.
shit when we.
Drew or
Yeah, but
whatever.
it's also like looking at it from a different.
Yeah, they're like-
lens. You like they're hurt. They're people that are going through pain.
Hurt people say hurtful things. I mean, they hurt people. Hurt people.
yeah.
Because I mean,
And-
that alone is insane, you guys. Like leaving a negative comment on somebody's page that's public that they do not know personally.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I know.
Like literally. So it's like.
So
I
I've
feel
had
bad
to
for
come to
people.
terms with the fact that I've had to recently come to terms with the fact that I'm targeting sick individuals.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah,
Right, of
That's
course.
why. That's why the comment
Yes.
section
Do you-
feels
Yes.
sick.
They're not well.
They're not well.
Yeah, and a lot of them end up coming to my house.
Totally.
And the
Like,
thing
after
is
they're done
like,
talking shit.
man, I don't know. I do read the comments. I deleted one the other day. If I really don't like, I do one of two things. If I really don't like it, I delete it. If I really, really, really don't like it and I think the motherfucker's just being an asshole, I just pin it to the top and I say,
Yeah.
I am gonna pin this comment to the top to see what our followers have to say about it.
Yeah.
And they usually yeah.
I don't
wind
care.
up deleting their own fucking comment. Remember I was like trying to show you the other day and it was gone.
Wow.
It was like 40 people just going at this dude. And he was like, and then he apologized.
Yeah.
Because, bro, how can you say anything bad about the fact that I'm doing a fucking podcast because my son-in-law died from fentanyl? Like, how are you going to be a dick? Like,
If you
no.
don't have anything nice to say, don't say
Just-
it.
What was he saying?
I don't remember, to be honest
Right.
with you. Because I don't really pay that much attention. Natalie taught me, because she gets a lot of hate. You know, she's been in the WWE, was on reality TV, so she gets a lot of hate. And, you know, she was like,
It did at first.
I just do what Joe Rogan does. I post and ghost.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't looked at any of it.
Well, and you have to
In a
sing
long
too.
Do you know Donna's daughter, Giovanna?
I know. Yeah.
Well, she's, how do I explain her? Sassy. Man, she'll go in and start going ham on comments
Right.
when they're attacking.
But
like
is she not interested in like being a creator?
no, she creates.
I tell her that
creates.
her TikTok should be popping.
Yeah.
She's good at it and quick.
Yeah.
But-
That's the thing. I feel like if you start doing your own thing, you start to see results creating your own stuff, then like you
Sometimes
wants
I
to
think
go
they
with
spend
Yeah,
too
exactly.
much time though. They spend I think my girls, Aurora and Giovanna, spend too much time in the comment section.
Yeah, I don't
Oh, totally.
And
Yeah.
you know, then they're worried about what they're posting because they're worried about
I
what
know.
people are gonna say.
Which is
Yeah.
Oh, you look
Yeah.
ugly. You look like you know you're this. You know, you're looking kind of fat there, or you know whatever it is for them. Like
but also too, as humans, we're wired very differently. Where you can have some great post, whatever, right? And you're gonna have 2,000 comments that are all positive and sweet and nice, and then you have 2 that are not, and they're negative. We go to the negative ones immediately. So it's like there is no, what is the purpose of hanging out in the comments, really?
No, it's just none. I'm out of there. Well, I only have them look for certain ones if I want to respond.
Of course, and it's always good to engage. You know, you want to.
I mean, like do a video like of a comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
And also too, in our field, it's like community is what we're building, and so you obviously want to respond to certain people in the comments
Right.
and stuff. So it's a fine line for people that have a addiction problem to begin with, because it's like, well, it's my job to respond. I have to be in the comments. I need to make sure that so and so sees that I saw their comment or something like that, but then it plays into the addiction.
Yeah, stay out of that. Stay out of there.
I was gonna tell you. So Pej loves you.
Oh, love him.
Yeah, Pej loves you.
That's great. He's awesome.
The Pej that we had on here the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool.
I think he was like, I think he said you should have Pat on, Pat Ridge on, and I was like, oh, that's my wife's friend. He
Yeah.
filmed my wedding, and
When did you guys start this?
a little bit over 2 years ago.
And you've just been like very consistent every week.
2 episodes a week.
That's great.
2 episodes.
Yeah,
a
that's
week,
what it
2
takes.
Episodes a week.
And you live out here.
Now I do.
Nice.
As soon as I met these guys in
Where did you live?
Texas.
All my exes live in Texas.
Who's that?
Sing that song? Huh?
Who is
Is
that?
it George Strait?
I don't know. Anybody know?
I feel like it's George Strait.
Pat. What's the plan, bro? Like,
Do you have siblings?
Whoa.
Sorry, I don't
I
know
just
why.
asked a question.
I know.
You just stomped me. I was
I
like,
know
go
because
ahead.
I didn't want
yours-
to go.
Yeah, I have
yours
a
was going. Yours
yours
was going
was
in a
go-
good way.
I have a brother.
But I wanted to hear this first before
Go,
you go into
go.
yours.
I have a brother, yeah.
Older, younger.
Younger.
How's your relationship?
We're kind of like normally just kind of chill, but like it's not good right now because of that all the shit I did when I was live streaming.
What did you do?
I said shit I shouldn't have said, and just got like honest about like shit that like I shouldn't have said and that he doesn't even remember, and it's just like I don't even know why I said that. But we have like issues. We've had issues before growing up. I think maybe like I was like the extrovert and he was like the introvert. So he has probably I think he has some resentments and not being. It's like a long
Sure.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm like
You don't have time.
I love my brother.
But everything was fine up until.
No, it wasn't. He
Okay,
wasn't.
that's what we want to know. So
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was kind
Yeah,
of.
he wasn't like talking to me. But I
Okay.
don't even really want to like talk about him.
Sure.
No.
I love him. He's the illest electrician on TikTok. He kills it. His videos go crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, Brian Ridge, you can check him out there. But I just fucking created wreckage in that 6 months.
That's what we do.
So my shit was 6 months of just like streaming every day and doing CBD. So I was saying stuff and just like literally just streaming therapy sessions. The whole therapy session, I'm talking about my mom and stuff, and like she's in the live now, and I'm on the therapy session. It's like that shit.
Yeah.
And then people are mad at me because I'm like talking about my mom in therapy and streaming it in front of a bunch of people. But
So
I think it'd be good.
what's wrong with transparency in this world? Why can't we have complete and utter honesty and transparency
That's what
of
I
how
want.
we see life?
Yeah,
You know,
that's what I want.
Hang on a second, bro. Wait a second. He was all CBD'd up and nined out. What do you mean on your life? He wasn't in his right fucking mind when
Okay,
he was
well-
doing half the shit.
let's take away that part.
Yeah,
that-
but who
that
are
part,
we to
but-
judge anybody?
No, he
begin
said it
with?
himself. He wasn't in his right mind.
No, for
Yeah,
sure.
but I wasn't like lying about things.
I'm not saying you were. I never said that.
I think all those feelings were real, and I don't really think that, like, I just like just because someone's fucked up means what we can't.
The thing is this, when you're fucked up, you can be a lot meaner than you are. I mean, that's just the way
Right.
it is.
But
for
we're
sure.
supposed
You know
to
what I'm
love
saying?
everybody.
I'm
and
not-
accept-
we're not
love them
No, I-
anyway.
But I
not
think there's
talking
still
about that.
some truth that comes out.
I'm agreeing with
when
you
people are-
100%. It could be all truth, but it's ugly, hurtful truth.
I don't know, dude, because there's been times that I've been like blacked out and I've said some horrible things. I do not mean any of the
This
things
is
that
what
I
I'm
said,
saying.
you know what I
Okay,
I
mean?
right.
agree.
That's
I'm
kinda what
with
he's
you.
saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
That he's a lovable guy.
Sure.
I wasn't ever like blacked out or anything. My shit was just like jumping in the pool at like 2 a.m. at like a Thanksgiving weekend, like with her family. Like I streamed that whole weekend, and it was just that was the weekend Nick arrived, and it was just fucking. It was just like I was outside, just.
I want to stream.
I called.
I'm getting excited about streaming.
I hope your first stream.
I'm gonna.
I
call
hope
this
your
guy and
hope
I'm getting tips.
I hope your first stream
Yeah.
is in your leotard.
Oh, 100%.
I love how you want to go all of a sudden streaming when literally the streaming caused destruction for him.
And
That's
also
exactly
No, no,
why
no.
Shane wants to stream.
No, that's he brought the destruction himself. But
Of course.
he's a streamer.
You're gonna,
course.
you're
yeah,
gonna,
but it's
you're
like
gonna bring destruction as
Oh,
well,
you
Shane.
fucking A, I am.
yeah, you can't.
Teach me, Patrick.
You got to be controversial.
Uh,
Therefore, the hate will come.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's kind of what the culture is on TikTok, at least. Like, people are just like rage baiting for fucking no reason. People are just like you'll go live with someone, and they're just like trying to figure out a way to get into an argument with
We
you.
Sure.
could we could do some like,
like,
we could
hell
do some
yeah.
fake,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
could do some fake shit.
We darn rights we can.
On TikTok,
Yeah.
or on YouTube, or on Instagram, or on
Guide us.
Twitch.
Bro,
keep it
guide
off
us.
of keep
Guide
it
us.
keep it off of Instagram.
Guide us. Help
I like to keep my
Yeah, that's not really
Insta-
the place to live anyways.
Instagram.
But some people do live stream from Instagram.
do they? We live stream a meeting every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Bro, I just got in so much trouble for doing that. It's just ridiculous,
Why?
bro.
We live stream it on YouTube.
Yeah, this resident in my house was like, "You can't live stream AA meetings." You're
Oh, ours
breaking
isn't
the
AA. We
tradition."
made it our own. It's called Recover
Yeah.
Out Loud. We just
Okay.
created our own meeting.
So it's not like, you know,
Yeah,
You
so
can come
Structured
here.
with-
Yeah.
we should call our meeting like
Totally.
Call it something,
Something
else.
else.
Wolfpack Wednesdays.
There you go.
There you
We
go.
we love,
Love it.
we love Wolfpack. As a matter of fact, this episode is brought to you by
I know.
by Wolfpack, right, Emily? She just
That's like a different thing.
Wolfpack
Backpacks.
backpacks.
Oh,
bags.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a meeting on Wednesdays, and I had Skinny Vinny on.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
Skinny
We
Vinny.
love Skinny
yeah, we
Vinny.
love Skinny
Yeah.
Vinny.
I filmed his whole share and I posted it, and like I was also live streaming, but people were like, 2 people were upset that I was live streaming. But I feel like sometimes people are
You
looking
gotta
for
like tell
They
those
are.
2 people not.
no, I'm talking about people, residents in my house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're looking to complain to begin with, anyways, because they don't want to be there.
Right.
They want just they'll complain about ketchup.
Right.
You know.
Patrick, how many followers do you have? How big are you? How big's
Like
your platform?
900,000 on
Really
TikTok.
nice. So with that, do you feel a response, some kind of responsibility comes, or does it really fucking matter?
I mean, I just know, like, the responsibility is to just keep trying to create good videos.
I agree.
That's it.
I
Like
agree.
that are entertaining, and I want to teach people about this because I do think it's like an extinct, like, this isn't the normal thing that a sober living does, but I think it should be. I think it should be normal. I think that if you have a sober living, you need a way to discipline them. If you really want to change them and like help them, there needs to be consequences. And I don't know, what options do we have? I mean, they got it right.
You got it right. Can't beat them anymore.
I think writing is just like, and I even wrote 10K when I got back. My wife and Madison were like, it was like a video where I like left some food out, and they're like, "Now you need to write." So I went in the house. I spent like a day in the house, and like, yeah, like I wrote like 10K, and like I was on Reflections, and like I got to, witness the structure that I haven't seen in 20 years, and our house is like serious. Like it's serious because graduates like Madison run it, and they're not gonna let people have like an easier experience than they did, because that would be doing them a disservice.
Yeah.
So the house stays very fucking structured, and that's what I get excited about, is trying to explain to people, trying to show like what is a cop list group. Does anyone know?
No.
We have a whole language that people don't know about. Like we just did one on Thursday. Everyone in the house has to write a detailed list of everything they've done that's bad in the house. You're copying to everything. You're cleaning your slate. So if you lied about a chore, or you talk shit behind staff's back, all of it has to go on the cop list. And then we read the cop lists. And if you're on his cop list and you didn't say anything, you're fucked. You didn't cop to that, but fucking he put it. You know what I'm saying? So
It's
nobody,
like a fourth step in the fourth and fifth in
kind of,
in the house.
kind of.
It's making everybody actually use their words.
Yeah.
And say what's really going on.
Yeah,
And be
but-
honest and truthful.
Yes, but they don't know it's coming.
Right.
And when we tell them to do it, everyone has to go in different places in the
Totally.
house, and everyone's on non-com, which means no one can talk to each other while they're writing the list. Take everyone's phones downstairs, go through all their fucking phones. Like, we're doing anything and everything we can to help save that person's life.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck, dude. See, I start getting crazy. I need to not get crazy. I get crazy.
It's more passion. To me, it's passion.
No, because there's a lot of people that are like, you take their phones?
Yeah, we do too.
You go through their yeah, motherfucker. If they're trying to get some drugs, or they're even talking to this person they shouldn't be talking to, so we go hard. And I just want to show that.
I mean, look, it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want as long as the client. That's what the client's signing up for.
Exactly.
It's like who the fuck is anybody to say that you can't run it that way, if that's what the client and the rules and that they've signed are before they even get there.
Totally.
Yeah.
You know, they have the like. If I didn't want you going, if I didn't want that, I wouldn't go there. But the other question is like, you know, and we say this in Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, like, what lengths are you willing to go? What lengths were you willing to go to get loaded? I've gone some pretty fucking gnarly lengths to stick a needle in my arm.
Yeah. I mean, he was saying, "Do I feel an obligation?" Or what did you say?
No, I didn't say if you felt an obligation. I just
He said a
if someone
responsibility.
that amount of people,
Yeah.
that much influence, is there some kind of responsibility attached to that?
Yeah, you know,
His responsibility is to be authentically himself.
right.
That's your responsibility.
But if I start to think that I need to like present some version of myself so that people don't go manic like I did, that's where I start getting into the weeds. And even just on the way over here, we were, just talking about, we didn't know what you guys were going to be like.
Yeah.
Maybe you were going to be like industry people that don't want to talk about certain stuff, and maybe we shouldn't even bring blue. Like we're thinking about optics and shit. And I'm like, no, dude, we're just going to be who we are.
Totally.
Would you have felt different if you knew that Donna was here
Oh my God.
on your way down?
Yeah. I would have been like, Madison, we're fine.
Good.
These are like
We're good.
These are like my people.
Yeah.
And I think that we are, two of like hundreds of people in this industry that are hopefully like paving the way
Yeah, pave the way.
for other people to do what we're doing, because like there's fucking literally 1,000 podcasts
That popped up out of nowhere, and I'm going to say that we were the very first
Yeah.
podcast of this type.
Right.
And there's a bunch of copycats out there. There's almost exact copycats out there, which is fine. It's what is it? It's the highest form of flattery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
They're not as good, but
No, this is definitely the best one I've been on. Fuck, don't say that. Now the other ones are gonna feel fucking.
I'm right.
No, it's not that they
yeah.
weren't good. Those ones were great, but there's 3 different people here. The other ones I did, it was 2, but mainly, and then the other one was 1. But like, you guys are great. It's like different personalities.
we're the Hopeaholics.
Yeah.
We literally are actually like family because we own treatment centers together.
Yeah.
Shane and I have been. My first meeting with Shane, I relapsed. I had to go to rehab back in 2010, and I met Shane. He was naked in a jacuzzi at the gym at the gym, and I was like, "Huh, that's weird. Why does this guy not have board shorts on in the jacuzzi?" Then I head back to group, and the motherfucker comes in to do the group. So he was the case.
I was a naked counselor.
That's how our relationship started.
Yeah.
In 2010, it's now 2025.
It is. Soon to be 2026.
Yep.
So you were doing.
I went back to school to become an alcohol and drug counselor.
Yeah. He was running.
I lasted 6 months. I was lucky enough to meet him in those 6 months.
And you saw him like in a.
Oh, tweaked,
in a gym.
quacked. Just
He
not,
saw me tweet.
He kind of scared me, actually. I'm not going to lie. He kind
you
of scared
saw him
me.
at the gym.
You know how like when you go to rehab, they have like gyms that they take you to.
Oh, okay.
Well, this rehab took us to the gym. He happened to be there just jacuzziing by himself naked.
And then later that day,
he came in to run the group.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And that was right around here somewhere.
Yeah, and I was
Like Arrowhead.
I was an owner of a treatment center at the time, and when he walked in, I was like, oh, that's totally inappropriate to fucking be naked in front of your clients.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But I also didn't know he was from Canada. So at the time he was a full blown Canadian citizen.
Yeah.
What else? A nude model,
I was a nude model. I was newly in recovery too. I had about a year and a half.
running groups.
Running groups.
That's how we do it around.
Yeah. Yeah. Then I drove him down the mountain. Guy, he don't even stop.
I'm pretty sure Shane
don't-
wasn't sure if I was a white supremacist.
No, I was off. I didn't know what to do. And he was going to push this little button. He's like, I'm going to push this button. I'm going to erase everything. I'm like, bro, take it easy. Don't push any fucking buttons. We don't want to blow anything up right now. Okay? Let's just get down the mountain. Let's have a meal. Let's just, come on.
What's the button do?
The button.
I was gonna erase all the fucking advertising.
Yeah.
For my treatments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
that's what
Because I wanted to sabotage
Yes.
everybody that put me in the rehab.
Yes.
And I wanted to show them that I had power.
That's
and
where we
control.
go. Yes. That's
Yeah.
where we go.
That is
where we
what.
go.
That's what was going on.
Wait. So you also relapsed while owning a facility?
Oh, twice.
Wow.
Pretty gnarly.
This is what I'm talking about.
Let me give you a quick one of the better stories. I relapsed. I was out on a meth run, meth-induced psychosis.
So what's happening in the rehab while you're doing this?
The rehab's running. The
Just
beds
running.
are full. Yeah, everything's going on. I had good money in my pocket. I had a Lamborghini.
He thought he had arrived. He thought
I
he
had
was it.
arrived.
Like he was the shit.
I had put a flux capacitor on my Lamborghini because in my meth-induced psychosis, I could also time travel. And
Damn.
the cops decided to pull me over because I was looking, like a thug. Shouldn't have been in a car like that. And they flipped on the lights, and I said, "Not today, officer." And I took them on a high-speed chase through South Orange County here.
In your Ferrari?
Lambo.
Lamborghini.
Yeah. It ended with me getting shot with 2 taser guns, one from each side.
Because he thought it was a really good idea to just go back to his house, as if they weren't gonna run the plates and like figure out who this guy is.
They didn't have to.
That's
run
that's
plates.
like
They
that's
didn't
like the
have
best
They
part.
knew- they
That's the
actually
best
knew
part
it.
of the
There
story,
was no
though.
plates ran that day. I assure you of that, young lady.
God damn it, guys! It's Chad
Okay.
again.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, he's at 22.50
Yeah.
right now. Let's just head over there. Let's eat coffee and a donut first. We know where he's fucking going.
Yeah, man. In a 3-week period, I racked up 19 charges as an owner of a treatment center. I was facing 14 years in state prison. It's good times. But I'm back, man. I'm back.
But that's what's dope is that like we always have so much shame of somebody coming back into the room. I couldn't imagine being an owner of a treatment facilities and having to do the same thing because the judgment amongst, which is odd to me because we're all supposed to be like practicing these principles in all our affairs, right? And then you have one that is a part of the same industry that others are in, and then you want to shun and talk shit and hope they continue to do bad when they come back and start doing getting back on staying the course. It doesn't make sense to me. It's like that's why I always reference it. Jesus went, he'll leave the 99 to go get that one. You celebrate people that make it back into the rooms or back on the journey because, as we all know, it's very difficult to make it back. You're lucky if you do.
Yeah.
Everybody told me I shouldn't be doing this anymore. They said it was terrible stuff. But I
Doing what?
working in
back.
the industry. They were like, you're reckless. You shouldn't be doing this anymore.
And that's
I just
exactly
put-
why I'm doing it.
I put the cotton in my ears so I couldn't hear them. I put my head down, and I built my organization stronger, bigger, better than it ever was before. Just to show them,
Yeah.
show myself.
Yeah.
That's
Even more
that's
importantly,
mhm.
And you said something earlier, and I wanted to just kind of touch on the fact that today I chase God's will, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I wake up in the morning and I ask that that God that Thy will be done in my life today, and whoever shows up. That's what I'm supposed to do today.
Yeah.
And it's been a great run. It's been a rocky run, but I'm grateful for today, man.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, yeah, dude, people relapse.
Yeah.
A lot of people, most people that work in this industry, I feel like do. I don't really know for sure, but like I know a few people and they have, because it's hard and
It is.
and like yeah, if you can come back from that, that's like for me, that's more of a reason for you to work in this industry.
Yeah,
For sure.
more of a reason
Yeah.
because I actually understand the people that are chronically relapsing,
Yeah.
struggling,
Yeah,
because this shit ain't easy.
yeah,
This is a chronic progressive disease, and if it left untreated, we fucking die.
Yeah.
yeah.
That is what happens to us. And the fentanyl crisis is like, it's real.
Yeah.
Real as fuck.
Yeah. But how do we fucking teach? How do we help these kids not? How do we help them get sober?
Talking about it like we are today. And
No, I
and
just feel like that's not enough.
it's better than
It's
not,
definitely
you
better
know,
than
It's
nothing.
it's a step forward. You
Yeah.
know?
growing up or when I was a lot younger, nothing like this existed.
I will say that
You know?
2023, 120,000 people died from fentanyl. That was 300 people every single day. 2024, we lost 80,000. So the number went down to 200 a day. A lot of it, I will say, is Narcan.
Yeah.
Narcan is not the solution to the problem, but it is helping us get to wherever it's going to be when we find that solution. The solution is to get fentanyl the fuck out of this country. I mean, I say this reluctantly, but can we just put heroin back on the streets?
Right.
Reluctantly, I say that, but heroin doesn't kill as many people and it's a lot scarier than a little cute pill.
I don't understand I don't get it. Like, how could you die off of like the tiniest little
bit
piece?
I know.
It's
grain of sand. It's crazy.
two grains of sand will kill all of us sitting there. Not all of us each one of us.
Yeah.
But
2
like
grains
when
sand.
you say will kill us, how are people using it every day and not dying then?
You can build up a pretty good tolerance to it.
Okay, so
Addicts aren't dying. They do die. Addicts die, but the majority of the people that die are people who are trying it for their first, second, third time,
Or think they're doing something else.
or
like
think they're doing
taking
an
an
Adderall.
and it's laced.
So, yeah, because someone that I respect in the industry recently told me a while ago, he said, fentanyl is not really any different than heroin. It's just stronger.
50 times stronger.
50.
than
It's just stronger. It's better.
It's better.
People like it more.
You can't
because
even
it fucks you up quicker off
Yeah.
a littler amount.
the half-life is less is way less too, so you get addicted to it faster and you need it sooner, so you go into withdrawals quicker.
So how long does heroin high last? How long does the fentanyl high last?
The heroin
Like 4 to 2,
yeah,
probably. 4 hours on heroin, 2 on fentanyl.
maybe 1 hour on fentanyl.
Oh, so it's more like crack almost.
It's like crack. It's like opioid crack.
Wow. Yeah, fucking
Yeah, exactly.
falling out. Have you guys seen this new artist Skrilla? This black dude with dreads,
Yes.
thick dreads. That's in what's it called? The place in Philly where they legalized
Yeah. I know where
zombie
the zombie land.
zombie land.
I can't think of the name of it right now. Kensington.
Kensington Park.
Yeah.
This guy is like, his music videos are like in Kensington with like fentanyl addicts like falling out behind him.
That's wild.
He's like grew up in he grew up in Kensington.
Yeah.
And he has like dog bone on his cheek. That's like what they call dog food, like drugs
Oh wow.
in Kensington. And he's just, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like enamored by this guy. I'm
His
like,
name's
you
Skrilla?
these people, there's rappers like whoever, like Kendrick Lamar is like Compton, and this fool's like really out here in Kensington Park.
Yeah.
Like that shit is scary. It's really like a horror film.
Yeah.
And then it makes every other ghetto look pale in comparison.
We were very
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he's like legit hanging with like, the 40-year-old fucking Mike who looks like he's 80
Right.
and his teeth are gone. And he's just like, yeah, man, Kensington's chill. Like you meet righteous people here and like they're happy. They're fucking high. But like it's weird. It's
Yeah.
just not. It's like wild. That's just something that I have been tripping on lately. What else have I been tripping on lately?
What do you do daily now to
I-
maintain your sobriety
To maintain my sobriety,
since you got out of treatment?
I would say that like being sober really wasn't my issue. It was like the behavior, like
Yeah.
you said.
Yep.
So now I go to bed at 11,
Yeah.
12.
Right.
I try to get up at like 10 or something. I think of making, my main job is to make videos. And I have a guy, Evan, who makes them with me. And like, I'm really just trying to think of how we can make better, like more interesting, like funny, like videos. Like for example, the guy you don't want to be in sober living, right? And then you just have a bunch of
that's great.
examples of like someone who's doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? And then how funny that is, it depends on how funny the little premises are. But I'm really becoming more obsessed with like writing, creating, directing. Like I do it. It's on it's on a little, it's vertical and it's short, but I'm still like trying to like create every day. I go by the house, you know, check in with everyone there. Sometimes I'll do a dinner. Madison does dinners. We have dinner every day at 5 at the house, and everyone's there, and everyone has a positive and a negative on someone else. It's like really, it's almost unbelievable, like how much,
it's amazing.
how structured our house is. But so I go by there, and then I spend time with my wife and my 1.5-year-old Wolf.
Wolf.
So I'm
Wolf.
So cute.
spending time with him, like
My brother's son's the same name, but in a different
really?
language. Yeah.
without my phone, right?
Yeah.
Without
I
anything.
know.
She wants me like
Yeah.
present, so I'm doing that.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Got him a sandbox, like a little pool.
God, I can't stand sand. I'd never do that.
Yeah, me neither. I'm like the same way. I'm OCD with it,
Yeah,
but
bro.
you know, a kid will.
I know
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
actually
yeah.
why I don't really like the
Gets
beach.
fucking
is
everywhere.
Because the
I've
sand.
been to
Like,
the beach like
remember
twice.
when we used to have to go to the beach last summer?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Huntington.
Yeah, no fun. No fun.
Yeah.
No fun.
So no one surfs.
No.
I wakeboard. I like the lakes.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
We're going to Parker in June.
Nice.
Love that.
I mean, I love the water.
Not sure that everybody in my house loves it, but I do, and Cooper does for sure. I think Aurora does. Donna goes because we all go, and Gia.
Yeah, I saw you out there. Were you with him?
Oh no, that was probably you were with.
I went by your guys' campsite.
Yeah. I was. We were hanging out. I love that. Was like, I would say that was a period in my sobriety where I was the happiest. Was when I, right after the band, right after I had given up, not given up, but like stopped obsessively chasing the music shit.
Yeah.
And I was in between the music shit and the video production thing, and I just was fucking at the lake. It's all I wanted to do. I was like, what the fuck, bro? I've been wasting my life chasing shit. Like, let's just go to the lake, bro. And then I just want to be at the lake all the time.
I could spend the whole summer at the lake.
Literally.
Yeah.
A lake.
Right.
You know, I'd like one where I have a house with a beautiful dock, and I can go out on the boat whenever I want.
Yeah. I feel like I could spend weeks just in the camping place, just where you camp.
Do you wake surf?
Yeah, I can. I wakeboard. I do all that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've ever wake surfed. Actually, I don't know why I just said that.
It's easier.
Yeah.
It's easier than wakeboarding.
Yeah, I'd love that.
And if you can surf, you'll be having a blast.
Yeah. Snowboard, skate. I skate. I was one of the better skaters in the town that we grew up
Oh,
in.
really?
That's all the stuff I did.
Yeah.
Skateboard.
Skate or die.
Skate or die, dude. Fucking skate or die.
Skate or die, bro.
Yeah, like skate or destroy. Skate and destroy.
Skate and destroy.
Goodness.
Yeah, that's right
That's
there.
there was a song.
Search,
Skate and destroy. I can't Agent Orange.
oh yeah, I know that.
I'm showing my
You
age.
can't
'cause
say it like that.
I'm older.
You can't say
than,
it like that.
I'm older.
You
than
can't say it
by
like that, though,
at
bro.
least-
Agent Orange?
Do you know? You know Agent Orange?
That's how you say it. Agent Orange?
Wait, why?
I don't know.
No,
He's
I'm
from
just saying.
Canada. So
I'm just
we don't-
saying.
We don't ever
Because
know,
Agent
bro. We
Orange,
don't.
Agent Orange is what they used in Vietnam.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
so they got to use a little accent in there. Little
Oh, okay.
know
Are you
what I
being
mean?
racist?
communist accent. Well, I'm just saying, part of it's still communism.
Everything turns gray.
Agent Orange, let's go.
That's Agent Orange.
Yeah.
Everything turns.
The
gray.
drummer
It's
from
the
Agent
biggest
Orange
song.
is sober. He's in he works for a treatment center in Garden Grove. I went through it. He does music for him for the treat. He does their music therapy.
Nice.
Pretty dope.
Do you guys know of John Feldman?
No.
big guy, advocate guy, like the singer of Goldfinger.
Oh,
Remember Goldfinger?
no.
The Superman song on the Tony Hawk skate thing. He's rad. He has meetings at his house, and he used to have a big cool meeting called the Four Horsemen in LA, where I saw like Russell Brand speak, and like Robert Downey Jr. and like Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin.
Damn.
And like all these fools. It was like that shit that shit helped me stay sober.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. And
Yeah.
guess what? If someone hears me say that those are the people in this program and it helps them stay sober, then that's what the fuck is gonna happen,
Totally.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're not really tripping on their anonymity. I mean, just always with this fucking anonymity shit. Because I started posting my share. I started posting my leads at meetings like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Before anyone was even doing
That was definitely controversial back then.
Yes.
I might have.
I
been
lost-
Like, we can't do that.
I lost friends over it.
Yeah.
I say we buy fucking dinner and we hang out here for the next 12 hours.
Why are you hungry?
No, let's just what's it called?
Live stream.
Let's live stream.
Yeah, bro. 24 hours for the boys. I'll go live stream now, and there'll be people who like do a 24-hour one for the boys. Or what do they say? 24 for the boys.
24 for the boys.
Because I would just do 24-hour streams.
Damn.
Just
I worked
like-
my inner thighs today and they're really sore.
With
The girl machines.
huh? Oh, yeah,
Those
really?
girl machines.
Donna got some new machine that she works at home. It's a Thigh Master.
I love how
That's
that-
kind of what I was using. You put it between your legs and you just go keep
like
squeezing
Suzanne
this.
Summers.
Yeah.
That's what I did, and my inner thighs are really sore.
That's embarrassing.
And also, that was so random. Like, what in the world? We're talking about
Bro, what's the
24-hour
plan,
live
man?
stream.
What's the plan? Like,
Oh, yeah.
what's the plan? What do you want to do? Like, what's the next couple days look like for you?
Trying to get these fucking videos
Of what?
done. Like you like we're all here. Really what we're trying to do is we're trying to have a video resonate. That's kind of like the goal, right?
Yeah.
So that's like my goal. And I'm like, I can do anything. So I can but it's really hard, bro. It's really hard. You probably know this, to make good, engaging content, because now I'm not the only one out here with the sober thing. So now I have to like shift how I'm doing it. And also I can't fulfill my wife or my kid anymore. So I can't really talk about that. I can, but I can't like, that's what helped me get
Yeah.
Oh, right.
views and shit. So now I'm like trying to come at it from like a different space, which is like have like a clever trope or like a clever idea, and just sort of, it's hard. It's like pretty much the hardest thing, and also probably the most desired job in the world.
There's some guys out there that
That's crazy.
that,
I
that
know.
are, that are
It
doing the
is.
sober thing, and I'm just like, how in the fuck are these motherfuckers popping so hard on TikTok?
Well, they're not, bro. Maybe you just saw one
Yeah.
video. Go to their page.
I've gone to this fool's page, and it's like
It's all popping,
it's all popping, and I don't like
Really?
any of it. I don't like any of it.
and we can't even say who it is. Maybe afterwards. Really? I don't
Yeah.
even know who you're talking about. But
I don't either.
whatever, you know.
And it doesn't matter. There can be there's enough room for everybody.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
all
we
ab-
put too much, like, we're our own worst critic, and we make it a lot more difficult than it should be, because you're perfect exactly how you are. And that's why people are going to come to your facility, and the same with us. It's like we're all literally made uniquely perfectly.
Yeah.
So it's like, it doesn't matter like that there's 1,000 people in the same industry doing the same thing. Good. That means that there's going to be that many more people, lives saved.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's definitely not a shortage of like, I actually don't do any of this for likes and views. I do it all to try to save another life.
Yeah.
Save another life. Save another.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what's gonna happen.
It's gonna save another
Like
life.
the more, I think the more good we do is directly proportionate to how well the videos do.
Of course.
So that's kind of also where my trip goes. It's like, yeah, not only can we like maybe save a life, but also maybe like educate other sober livings. Like, you can do a version of this structure.
Sure.
Like, try it out. Like, I actually have a sober living I know that is like, because of our videos, they've been implementing some structure. And I think that really is kind of like, even though that's not good for me, people taking my thing, or it's not my thing, but I would rather be the only one doing structure.
Of course.
But what's best for
Exactly. But that's only
what's best for like people is to just show it and teach it and let people. It's all good, dude. I got my wife and kid. I don't need to be like the only one. You know what I mean? This is what I think is the best way. So this is how we do it.
Well, that's because only one is feeding our ego only.
Right.
So that's what is so important for us to keep in check all the time, because
Yeah.
or at least for myself, the ego can run. And I don't want that. You have to like put that bitch in a cage.
What do you mean, like run where?
Meaning like you just feed your ego and you think
Right.
that you're like,
It just keeps going.
yes. And then look what happens. You relapse. You cause massive destruction.
Yeah.
You think that you're totally the one that's maneuvering everything that's happening. And this all popped off because I did it or you did it.
Right.
It's like, no. He got into a high-speed chase in a Lambo, owning a treatment facility because he thought he was God,
Yeah.
making it.
I was playing God for sure.
And like,
That's
look,
it.
and that's what happens. God
me
says,
too.
"Oh, you really?
You know,
Think so? Let me humble you real down, like
Yeah,
real quick, and
yeah.
sit your ass down." And
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Yeah, got humbled a few times.
Mm,
Pat, dude, it's really a pleasure having you on this podcast, man.
of course, man.
Yeah,
We went 35 minutes longer than we normally went because this shit was so good.
Nice, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
and I love the fact that there's so much.
History.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Lot
And
of
congratulations on you coming back from 20 years too, and talking about it and being okay talking about it. 'Cause there's a lot of
Yeah.
people that won't do that.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
I mean, if I was in NA, or wait, no, if you think of it, this is just stupid. I don't even know why I'm saying this. It's
Okay.
because this is what my head did.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I
yeah,
first-
exactly.
I'm like, wait.
Our
I
first
still
and second
have-
thought is not right.
I'm like, wait, I still have 20 years in AA.
Yeah, you do.
I didn't drink.
Yeah, you do.
That's hilarious.
I literally didn't.
And Narcotics Anonymous, you got to start over. But Alcoholics Anonymous, bro, you're good.
No, but I'm starting over in AA too,
yeah, you should.
obviously, because
You should.
that's. I mean,
Sure.
not starting over. I just don't have that much time, and you know what? I have like maybe almost 6 months, and I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah,
I don't know
totally.
if that's good or bad or what, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you
Yeah.
don't
What you're
care
saying.
about your time as much anymore.
No, you
I
care
really
about peace,
don't.
peace of mind, being okay with oneself.
Yeah.
Like that's the true gold.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like, or at least myself, is what you're chasing.
But I think like just to real quick before we wrap up, what you said earlier about like how you don't love the fact that we do the time thing. I think the time thing is kind of a big part of what keeps people
Yes.
sober for the first like 5
I
to
agree.
10, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait a second,
Mm-hmm.
this is bullshit. Like, dude's got 20 years and he's abusing his wife.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
And who the fuck, God only knows what else. I've met some fucked up
Yep.
people with long-term sobriety.
Yep.
And I'm like, yo.
We
Yeah.
literally, you're speaking.
That's-
A guy on our podcast was talking about how he hated it, Alcoholics Anonymous, because his dad went to Alcoholics Anonymous and came home and beat his fucking mom.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That was just the other day.
That's gnarly.
But the thing is that's not Alcoholics Anonymous. That's like humans. We are the problem.
Yeah.
So it's like having to keep that in mind, and also making sure you're not trying to have what that person has, because that's the last thing that I would.
No, it just reinforces the idea that it's about how we're acting
Yeah.
and
Behavior.
in this
Yes.
day. And yeah, I think we're all pretty much I think we've all passed the test, God's test today of doing his will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
You know, we're all just doing what we can.
We all showed up for this podcast, man.
Yeah.
And we don't really put a lot.
Quiet back there. No, I'm joking. I was joking. I was
No,
joking.
it's not.
I don't.
Yeah, I know.
I was teasing.
Nah, you
Teasing.
guys could.
You
It
talk
doesn't
away,
bother
man.
me at
No,
all.
Not at all.
We won't hear you on.
I just
the mic.
wanted to say something.
You did. All right, you just wanted to end it, huh?
Yeah.
That was Shane's
the
way
ending?
of. Yeah, that's the end. All right.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank
Pat.
you.
Thank
Thanks,
you
Pat.
guys.